What's up, everybody, and welcome to Excited Cinema, the very first episode. I'm very excited if you couldn't tell by the name, but my name is Adam Howard. And today is the very first episode of my new show, like I said, Excited Cinema. Now, where this show comes from is what the first episode's based on. So I was like 13 when Breaking Bad came out, or the last season of Breaking Bad came out, so I wasn't watching it yet. But now I've finally gotten around to it, and holy crap, that show's good. I'll be doing a review for it at some point when I decide to get there. But for the meantime, the first episode of Excited Cinema is about one scene in particular, and if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, even though the series ended at this point like 6 years ago, I can't math. If you haven't seen it, there will be spoilers, that's what I was going to say. One scene in particular that is very pivotal to the series that I enjoy very much. So, this scene's probably my favorite scene in the whole series. There's a few I'll sprinkle in the edit to show you other ones that are really cool.
I am not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
You're the smartest guy I ever met. And you're too stupid to see. He made up his mind 10 minutes ago. Do what you're gonna do.
So this scene takes place in Season 5, Episode 9, Blood Money. We are 7 episodes away from the series finale, and this is the season where everything kind of starts the ball starts rolling and everything starts crumbling to the ground for Walter White and his empire.
I'm in the empire business.
So this scene happens after Hank finds this book of poems while he's sitting on the toilet, and he hasn't been to work, so Walt decides he's going to go over and visit Hank. And this scene's very tense, and I think this scene is a perfect representation of the series of Breaking Bad and Walt's evolution over the whole thing, which is really cool. Because it starts out with Walt showing up, saying hi to the DEA guys in the driveway, and he's like, those are some good guys. And the garage, Hank says a couple of things to him, and then he pushes the button on the garage door shut. The door goes down, and then Hank, boom, right to the face, just knocks him out. Well, he doesn't knock him out. I actually watched how the scene was done, and they actually didn't use stunt doubles or anything like that, which is really cool. So he punches Walt right in the face. Walt goes down against the garage. And I love this is such like a little nitpicky film thing, but I thought it was an awesome thing just from a filmmaking perspective, because they have the montage. Like, Season 5 is definitely the season of the montage in this show, but they have it where they start stacking these boxes, or Hank's going through all the files about Gus Fring and everything Heisenberg after he's figured out that Walt is Heisenberg, and now he's got to figure out how he's going to catch him. So he goes through all these things, and he stacks up these piles of boxes in his garage, and when he punches Walt, he hits the boxes and he lands there, which I think is a great way to catch his fall, so he's not really hitting the cement, even though they used foam that looked like cement, which I saw in the behind-the-scenes thing, which that was really cool, seeing how they did that. I think Bryan Cranston directed that episode, too, from what they were talking about in that, which is really awesome, I think. So, moving on, he punches him in the face, he picks him up by his shirt and shoves him right up against the wall. It's great. He confronts him about everything that's happened. The transition of power in this scene is great, too, because we start off with Hank has all the power against him, and then they have this dialogue, and Hank goes, I don't even know you anymore. And then Walt turns full Heisenberg like that, and he's like, if you don't know me, then you should tread lightly. And we see both of them standing there, neither one touching one another, just in an epic stare down as it goes black and the episode ends. It's such a great scene, and I believe it summarizes the whole series right there, where we see Walt from the start of the series where he's kind of like, he doesn't have any power. And throughout the scene, same way throughout the series, we see him gaining more and more and more and more until without even doing anything to Hank, he already has all the power there because of the name he carries of Heisenberg and being this notorious meth cook who has all these terrible things done and all that kind of stuff. That is such a great scene. It's so powerful, especially with those actors too. They're very strong with it. I think it's at this point you start to root against Heisenberg. I believe that point where you're starting to root against him doesn't start happening until we see Todd shoot the kid. Todd shoots the kid in the episode in the desert, and that's when we start seeing the transition from Walter White trying to make money for his family as a meth cook into the notorious kingpin who, like Walter White says, he did it because he enjoyed it. And that's because we start feeling more for Jesse at that point, because Jesse's like, he was just a kid. You killed a kid. Because it's such a hard thing to watch. And when Jesse punches him in the face while they're smoking, it's like a, fuck yeah, Jesse, you just did that. Because you start rooting for Jesse at a certain point, because Walt's just gone completely off the rails. That could be a whole nother episode of Excited Cinema. So, yeah, that's it for the first episode. That wasn't entirely all that long, but yeah, it's sure going to take me fucking forever like it did Aquaman. But please go to my channel, watch Aquaman review. That one, I put a lot of hard work into there. I hope you appreciate that, and check it out. Give it some likes, subscribe. Like this video down below, because I'm sure I'm going to compile it with tons of different editing and different stuff. So anyways, this has been the very first episode of Excited Cinema. Follow me on Instagram at... I'm burping today. I don't know what it is. I'm burping. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at AKHVids and HowardAK88. And until next time, it's been my pleasure to serve you.